Listen to me, because this is one of the most important conversations we are ever going to have about your retirement security. We work our entire lives, we pay into the system, and we count on that Social Security check to be the bedrock of our golden years. But there is a question that hangs over almost every couple I talk to, a question born out of love but rooted in deep financial fear: what happens to the money if my spouse dies? I want you to take a deep breath and really hear me. Most people assume that if their spouse passes away, they just keep getting both checks. They think the household income stays the same. I am telling you right now, that is a mistake that can wreck your financial future. When a spouse dies, one of those checks, the smaller of the two, simply vanishes. It stops. It's gone. You are left with the larger of the two checks, but you are also left with a household to run, utilities to pay, and taxes that might actually go up because you are now filing as a single person instead of a married couple. This is what I call the widow's penalty, and if you aren't prepared for it, it will paralyze you. Let's get into the how of this, because knowledge is your only protection against fear. If you are at least 60 years old, or 50 if you are disabled, and you were married for at least 9 months before your spouse passed, you are eligible for survivor benefits. If you are already at your own full retirement age, you are generally entitled to 100% of what your spouse was receiving at the time of their death. But here is where the strategy comes in, and this is where so many people leave money on the table. Social Security is not a one-size-fits-all system. You have choices. You might be able to claim a survivor benefit now while letting your own retirement benefit grow, or vice versa. The biggest fear I see is the fear of the unknown. You're grieving, your world has been turned upside down, and now you're worried about whether you can afford to stay in your home. You're asking, will the government take it all back? No, they won't take it all, but they won't give you both. You have to be the master of your own cash flow. You need to look at your must-pay expenses today and ask yourself, if the smaller check disappeared tomorrow, could I still pay the light bill? Could I still buy groceries? If the answer is no, we have work to do. Now, I want you to listen to this actionable takeaway, because this is where you take your power back. If you are currently healthy and planning your filing strategy, the higher-earning spouse, usually the one with the bigger check, needs to wait as long as possible to claim, ideally until age 70. Why? Because that check is the one that will sustain the survivor. By waiting, you are essentially buying a bigger insurance policy for the person you love the most. You are making sure that when one of you is gone, the one left behind has the maximum amount of money possible coming in every single month. If you are already in a position where you have lost a spouse, your first move is to contact the Social Security Administration immediately. Do not wait. In many cases, you cannot do this online, you have to call or go in person. You need to ask them specifically about restricted applications. You need to know if you can take the survivor benefit first and then switch to your own later if yours will be higher. Don't just take the first number they give you. Ask the questions. I also want you to look at your tax situation. When you go from married filing jointly to single, the standard deduction drops significantly. That means more of your Social Security might be subject to taxes than it was before. You have to plan for that tax bite. This is about being strong, being smart, and being secure. You cannot control when a spouse passes away, but you can absolutely control how prepared you are for the financial reality that follows. Do not let fear dictate your future. Look at your statements, talk to your spouse today, not tomorrow, today, about which check is the survivor check. Build your emergency fund so that if there is a delay in processing those benefits, you aren't reaching for a credit card. You have worked too hard to let a lack of planning take away your peace of mind. Stand in your truth, understand your benefits, and make the moves today that will protect you tomorrow. You can do this.